Welcome to KR Tech. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video and turn on your notification. We will day one we will cover three sessions. Session one we will discuss like basics of web API methods and status codes, and how to handle pagination, and how to what is the rate limiting, and what is CORS, and these concepts we cover. What is authorization and authentication, how we will handle, what are the techniques as there in the authentication and authorization, we will cover day one. And day two, today we will discuss some of interesting concept in the web API that we will discuss in the today session, day two session one. Very advanced topics in our today's session. Today we will discuss like middleware and dependency injection and caching. These three are the advanced topics in the web API and any API tool, like even XML also. Even SOAP API also, in WCF also. These are the main and important topics. First, we will discuss like what is middleware. Middleware is a it will handle request and response, handling the pipeline request and response. Like whenever a user sending request to client to server of any software application, it will handle the whole the pipeline. That is called as a middleware. Like example, logging and error handling, these are the middlewares. Like when we are sending any request from client to server, any error occur in the server, it will return as a except error handling. That we will called as a that we will achieve with the using of middleware. And login, if any error occurs in the server, and any exception message or anything, and starters how much time the request we will return from server to client, that all things we will handle in the logging we can handle, like with the using of logging files in the server. That are the main importance of middleware. And what is the dependency injection? A dependency injection is a very important concept in the web API. Like it promotes loose coupled via injecting dependencies. Like it means like with the injecting of dependencies, it is and it will and achieve with the loosely coupled solution. Like in a take as an example in web API, like if you are creating any control, if you injecting that control with the using of in program.cs, if you are injecting add singleton or add transient and add scoped with these three lifetimes of dependency injection, we can achieve with the dependency injection. And we will inject that dependency in our class, that we can handle with the with the using of WebAPI and .NET of dependency injection. And next we will discuss about caching. Catching is nothing but like if, like suppose uh, first time when we are logging any e-commerce application, and we are searching any like shoes in our e-commerce application in Amazon. Like we log in with our user and we searched any shoes and any mobile phones in that e-commerce application. After second time, if you are searching like mobile pouches or any earphones of something, like at the time automatically in that suggested items, it will shows shoes and mobile phones by default. That is called as a caching. It will hold the data in the browser history. That is a main thing in that is called, that we will called as a caching. And redis and in memory, these two are the caching techniques. Redis means like distributed caching for the fast access, like it is distributing and we can access with rapidly. That is called as a redis. In memory, fast access but limited server memory. It handles the it is also fast access but limited ser- server memory. Example: implement redis caching for book management system. This exercise we will covered in the exercise part of day 1 and day 2, day 3. That is a whole big class we are planning. Like we will implement that in that session: JWT, authentication, CORC, how we will handle CORC, and this Redis also. That is a big 1 hour session of exercises, 1 and 1.5 hour session. Next we will discuss day 2, unit testing and integration testing. Unit testing is nothing but testing individual components. Like if you are implementing any components in our web API, we need to test that API methods. That is called as a web API unit testing. Like any software application, if you are implementing a new component or a new feature, first of all the developer is must test that API, whether the API is successfully passing the all cases, and result also when we are sending a data based on the our client requirement, whether the records is coming correct or not. That is happening in our method. That is the main thing a developer must should do unit testing. After once unit testing is passed, then we will deploy in our Azure or our Git or our IAS these web servers. Integration testing, like suppose developer A is implemented component 1 and developer B is implemented component B. Any interaction to component 1 and component 2, at the time we will using integration. In the real time example, if you are taking like integration in the Rapido or Ola, like we are integrate Google Maps location in that Ola or Rapido application. That is called as a integration. Example, like write test for each endpoint's book management system. Book management system is a very big application. In our next session, in that we will cover all the exercises. Maybe I don't know how much time will take, how much duration is that video contain, but all the exercises will cover in that whole big session. Like performance optimization, how we will how we will optimize the performance in web API. And techniques include, like, we can achieve with the performance optimization with the using of caching. Anyway, caching just now we discussed, like, it will hold the search our user search data in the browser, and it will return with the fastly with the using of Redis. It is a distributed system, and it will fastly access with the using of Redis. And in memory also, it is also fastly, but server is response is it is limited support to the server. And we can, minimizing payloads. Payloads minimization also is one good technique in performance optimization. And asynchronous operators, asynchronous at a time we can execute with the using of asynchronous programming. At a time we will execute method 1 and method 2. It will automatically execute with the using of asynchronous programming, and it will fetch the all records, and method 1 and method 2 execute in the server, and it will return method 1 and method 2 records by paralleling. And optimizing database queries, like we can optimize database queries, use the remove the distincts, and whenever we want to uh, retrieve the data, like table 1, books table, at the time only if we wanted to name of book, we will use select book name from the books table. That is also database optimization queries. We can use with this all techniques, we can achieve with the performance optimization in our web application. This is a day two topics. We covered all the day two topics, and with this we will do one interview questions of day two sessions. Thank you all, and please subscribe this video, and like this video if you are liked. For me encouraging, if any, like, disturbances or any areas I need to improve my communication skills or technical skills, please comment. That would be helpful for next video, regarding our next video session. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.